Hi everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to talk about the new cabling system that I have purchased in order to see what happens to my system as I begin to use a different cable brand that I have never used before. But before I get into that, you know the drill. Hit that like button, subscribe, please continue to support my channel. Thank you for all the support and all the love. Let's talk about cables. Lately, I have been pretty vocal in regards to the importance of having quality cables in a system. You guys, it should be no surprise by now that I have been using some of the best cables out there, namely Nordost, AudioQuest Dragon, speaker cables, as well as power cords. I've used Cardas, Synergistic Research. Now I've been using Transparent Opus, Transparent XL Interconnects, and of course the new cabling system that I'm about to introduce to you all. As you guys know, my current cabling system is the Transparent Opus Generation 5 speaker cables, along with the Generation 6 XL Interconnects. If you know anything about transparent, you know that each time you change a component, the cables need to go back to the factory to get calibrated in order to get maximum performance out of their cables. With as many things as I typically change, you know by now that it will impact what I do here. So I was in a position to buy a second set of cables that will be my interim, if you want to call it, or my in-between cabling system when I send out my transparent cables for calibration. Okay? You know that the proper way of doing any sort of comparison is to have the right cables as well as the right components. Everything is a system. It's a system design. It's synergy. I couldn't have transparent cables calibrated for a particular component and then do component comparisons using the cables that are only calibrated for one of the two components. Okay, I couldn't do that. I had to be fair, especially at this level, so it only made sense to buy a cable system that does not need to be calibrated. And I decided to buy, for the first time, as a system, I want to say that as a system, not just the power cords, but the whole set of the top of the line Shunyata Sigma version 2 speaker cables, as well as the Sigma version 2 interconnects. And for the first time, I get to try their almighty power cord, the Shunyata Omega. Now, of course, let's talk about the prices. The speaker cables have an MSRP of $9,995. The interconnects, MSRP for $4,500. And the power cords are essentially very expensive at $9,000 for a 2-meter power cord, the Omega top of the line power cord. Now, I want to make sure that I say this again. I decided to buy the entire system in order to capitalize on maximum synergy from Shunyata. Okay, we will be rotating this system when the transparent cables leave my room for recalibration. And of course, this is going to give us the ability to do a lot more shootouts, a lot more comparisons. I will also be using these Omega power cords with my VAC monos. All right, so let's go over the cable so you can take a look at what we got here. Okay, over here we have the Omega QR, as you can see. Very thick gauge power cord. This is going to be for one of my monos. Now they come with this suspension system. This is what they call it, dark field suspension system. Okay, so these are essentially cable lifters, and they seem to have something like sand or something inside. This is rubber, so essentially the cables, when you put it, instead of putting them on the floor, you're going to use the cabling system to sit the cable on top of it. And this allows for greater resolution, lower floor noise, and whatnot. So I got 3 of those. As you can see, each one of them comes with their cable suspension. Okay. And of course that one. All right. So in addition to that, I also have the speaker cables. These are extremely thick. They seem to be copper. And these are the Sigma 2 speaker cables. MSRP of $99.50 for the 2 meter. And then we have the Interconnects, as you can see. Now they have this piece, which I really do not know what this does. I'm assuming this just allows for greater resolution, less noise. Each interconnect has that. These are 4,500, and I bought 2 of those. So the full system here is approximately 45,000 USD. Now, do any of you guys have experience with Shunyata? I would love to hear from you guys. Leave me your comments underneath. Please, let's interact, have a healthy discussion. I am quite excited, to say the least, about this new journey, this new adventure, and I am going to be sharing that with you guys. So hopefully in a future video you get to hear the entire Shunyata system, and let's see if it's to your liking. Okay? Thank you guys for everything. Please don't forget to subscribe. Until the next one.